Hello guys, this is How to Socials and today I'm going to present to you the system requirements for Cyberpunk 2077. As you all know, the game is releasing on the 10th of December and with the occasion of the release of the game, I wanted to make a video on the system requirements for you to find out on if you can run the game and on what settings you can run the game. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. As you can see right here, I'm reading this for an article from from the developers of the game, and as it says right here, we're going to start with the minimum system requirements. In order to run the game on 1080p on low settings, you need the Windows 7 64-bit or Windows 10 64-bit, an i5 3rd gen or an FX processor. For the memory, you need at least 8 gigs of RAM. For the graphics card, a GTX 780 or a Radeon RX 470. As for the VRAM, you need a minimum of 3 gigs of VRAM. And the storage is all across the board, minimum 70 gigs. Recommended that you have those 70 gigs on an SSD. Recommended settings now on 1080p on high resolution, high settings, I'm sorry. You need a 64-bit Windows 10, i7 4th gen, Ryzen 3 3200G, 12 gigs of RAM, a GTX 1060 or a 1660 Super or a Radeon RX 590 with 6 gigabytes of RAM minimum and a storage of 70 gigs, as I've said. In order to run the game on 2K or 1440p on Ultra, you need a 64-bit Windows, i7 4th gen, Ryzen 3. For the memory, you need at least 12 gigs of RAM. For the graphics card, you need a RTX 2060 or RX 5700 XT. And for the VRAM, you need at least 6 gigs. And the storage, as I've said, is all the same all across the board. On Ultra, which is 4K Ultra settings, you need the Windows 10, i7 4th gen, Ryzen 5, 16 gigabytes of RAM instead of 12 like on high. And for the graphics card, you need a 2800 or a 3070 or RX 6800 with at least 8 gigabytes of VRAM. And for the storage, as I've said, it's 70 gigs. If you want to run the game on ray tracing, which is offered on Nvidia's graphics card, which enhance the looks of the game, you will need a bit better specs. So let's get right into it. On 1080p on ray tracing medium, you will need the i7 4th gen with Ryzen 3, 16 gigabytes of RAM and the RTX 2060 with 6 gigabytes of VRAM. On 1440p or 2K on ray tracing Ultra, you need a i7 6th gen or Ryzen 5, 16 gigabytes of RAM, RTX 3070, 8 gigabytes of VRAM at least. And on 4K on ray tracing Ultra, basically game, if you have the game on full maximum settings, you need a i7 6th gen or Ryzen 5, 6 gigabytes of RAM, RTX 3080, 10 gigabytes of VRAM at least, and a 70 gigabyte SSD. And that's pretty much all there is to it, guys. I hope you found out the settings that you can run the game on. I hope you found out whether or not you can run the game, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one, guys.